Adored the thought of love, but it never did stick. Don't you think the truth tastes so bittersweet? We're losing all the feeling that we need. We get high on hope the streets. I think we hit the ceiling, babe. Death for you, death for you and me. Strange to believe that we were just a fantasy. Yeah, we're self-deceived and thinking we were meant to be. Don't you think the truth tastes so bittersweet? We're losing all the feeling that we need. We get high on the streets. I think we hit the ceiling, babe. Death for you, death for you and me. I was staying up all in the west side, turning on my days into nights. I was waiting up all in the west side, waiting for your call, but you had someone else in mind. All I had was love for you, love for you, yeah, yeah. All I had was love for you, love for you, yeah, yeah. Was I just enough to get you through? Breaking my heart, I was a fool for you. All I had was love for you, love for you, yeah, yeah.
That's just so good. Initiating match.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's match. We've got Concordia University, Nebraska, taking on the Redbirds. Our first match is going to be a control here at Legion Tower, starting off in the gardens. As our teams get themselves ready, we'll take a quick look at our team comps here. We're going to have, for the Redbirds, we're going to have Spirit coming in as Winston, Cora as Diva, Ghostly as Sombra, Horus as Reaper, Fawny Bear as Lucio, and Pasta coming in as the Moira. On the Concordia side, we've got Logan Fry coming in as the Wrecking Ball, Got Jams as Reinhardt, Echoes Bleach as McCree, Reactions as Symmetra, Mr. Papa Bear as Anna, and Skelly Wolf as Mercy. And as our two teams get knocked out, we're going to see that Symmetra teleporter coming out very quickly there.
Teleporter online.
From
I have opened the box.
the Concordia side, moving them right on to the point, and as those turrets get set up as well, giving them a little bit of a stronger foothold there. You can also see there in the back line, Logan the Fry doing a lot of work moving around, doing a lot of damage in the back line, just to sort of help split up the Redbirds a little bit there.
The objective is
And with that first pick coming off there, going to be for the Redbirds. They're going to pick off Logan the Fry, but Echo's Bleach returning going to pick off Spirit, and that's going to take off one of theirs as well. Horror's managed to get a pick off on Goddams, but Concordia is still managing to hold on there. A huge nade going to come out there from Papa Bear, getting almost the entire team that's left. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Concordia's going to be able to capitalize on that too much. Already, ultimates coming out. We got reactions dropping that ultimate there and trying to stick around there for as long as possible. But Papa Bear is going to get picked off. The tanks are going to start moving back in now. And at this point, it's basically entirely up for Concordia to hold that up for as long as possible. But they don't quite manage to do that. And Concordia's going to have to start backing up and resetting there. As the Redbirds start moving in onto the bridge here. A little bit of a missed opportunity that the Redbirds are blue and the Concordia Bulldogs are red, but whatever. Take a quick look at the ultimate counter. We can see that we've already got 3 ultimates, almost 4 ready on the Concordia side, and almost 3 ready on the side for the Redbirds as well. Concordia moving in for this next flank. They're going to go around on that back side, not necessarily go over the bridge there. Keeps them a little bit safer from those boops. Logan the Fry now having swapped over to the Zarya. We didn't see that. I didn't mention that earlier, but a bit of a roast. Quick hack can come out there, as well as Echo's Bleach's Deadeye. Not going to get anybody. We're also going to see a nice ultimate attempt there. And there's one right there. A huge shatter. That's going to pick off a huge chunk of the team for the Redbirds. And that's going to be almost everybody except for that Winston there taken out of the point. Now it's just up for them to get that Winston off the point and pick him off, and that'll be a very quick split for Concordia again, with just under 60% captured for the Redbirds. We can see though there's definitely a little bit of an ultimate advantage on the side of the Redbirds going into this next team fight. While Concordia does have their grab and that rocket barrage, we're gonna see that Symmetra hack, the Death Blossom, and the Lucia sound barrier coming out as well. A little bit more in the bag for Redbird. As I say that, Lucia's gonna come out. There's 3 right there, but Reactions manages to find 2, 3 there, and use that to their advantage with a little bit of help from Skelly Wolf on the back. Spirit does manage to get a decent number of picks off there, but Concordia is going to manage to hold it, and that's going to take it over to over 70% here. And now it's just one there sticking on the point, and Concordia's going to start rotating back in there. Redbird are slowly flipping it there, but a lot of this fight isn't happening on the point, which is interesting. Deadeye coming out from Echo's Bleach, that's going to find Ghosty there. And as the fight starts moving back onto the point there, we're going to see most all of the Redbird team is on there, but this is a aggressive fight. Founding Bear gets picked off, Horus gets a pick off on Logan the Fry, and that's enough for the Redbirds to flip it off, and just in the nick of time too. They've just got 3% left to go, and Concordia gets his first round. Redbirds are going to start backing up and regrouping themselves up around that point there, as Concordia gets themselves reset as well. If we take a quick look at the counters there, you can see that Concordia's got a huge amount of ultimates to their advantage. They've got almost the entire team with the exception of Logan the Fry and Echo's Bleach, but given how some of these fights have gone, I won't be surprised if they get them pretty quickly. On the other hand, there's only 1, possibly 2 that'll be ready in the next minute here. Power Up's gonna come in there to Zarya. Reactions unfortunately gets fallen, and we're gonna see 1, 2, a lot of ults just all going off in there. Kind of hard to see them all. There's that. We're gonna see that as well. Nothing quite happened there, but this is a full-out brawl. Lots of ultimates coming around here. Pasta getting a pick off on Echo's Bleach. There's still a couple on there. We're gonna see Reactions getting a couple there. D-Max as well. It's still a fight. It's a 3-on-3. Logan the Fry getting a lot of picks there. Just Ghostly left, and they're gonna get Ghostly picked off, and that's a team wipe for the Redbirds, and that's gonna be just enough for Concordia to flip it over and get the first round of this 3-point match. 3-point game, I should say.
0-1.
Our next round here is going to take us inside to the control center here. And we'll take a quick glance at our 2 teams, see if we get any major swaps here between the compositions. From the looks of things, we're going to see some switches around here. Core now swapping over to Sigma, Ghostly switching now as well to Symmetra, and Horse switching over to Junkrat. Meanwhile, on the Concordia side, Reactions is going to switch from that Pharah over to an Echo, but the rest of their team comp, and Logan's going to switch back over to the Wrecking Ball, just to give a little bit of that mobility in there. And as I say that, Logan the Fry gets right on in there. He's going to be skirting around trying to get as much of those flanks and those off angles as possible. You can see here the Redbird's going with a double shield. You can see those Symmetra turrets set up there just on the inside of that. Logan the Fry moving around, trying to get a little bit of weird damage there. Redbirds definitely have a bit of a high ground advantage, but and Horse gets that first pick of the round. That's going to pick off Echo's Bleach, but Skelly Wolf does a very good job of getting the res. The fight's going to start moving down onto this point now here. For the Concordia side, not really anybody there except for the Reinhardt. As I say that, Got Jams is actually going to get picked off. Quick loss there. It is a 4-on-1, and from the looks of things, that first capture is going to go to the Redbirds. Logan the Fry already got that ultimate taken care of. That's going to pick off 2. And a quick anti from Papa Bear is going to find a 3rd, and Reactions is going to find a 4th. Now it's just down for 1 tank on the point, and that's going to be a quick switch over. And an almost complete team wipe there for the Redbirds. Already, we've got almost 2 ultimates ready on the Concordia side there. Almost 3 ready for the Redbirds, though, so pretty evenly matched fight for this next round here. The question is, what will these 2 teams do with him? And as I said, Redbird's starting to regroup, moving in for that upper round there. We can see that BAP window coming out.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
And we're going to see a Junkrat coming out from that Echo copy and paste. And starts picking off some things. And there goes that Riptire from that Echo ultimate. And that's going to find 3 there. A 4th found there, and another ultimate coming up just to help finish off the job. A little bit overkill in my opinion, but that's going to be another full team wipe for the Redbirds. And that's going to be the clock ticking over that 50% capture for Concordia. And the Redbirds don't have anything to go there. Logan the Fry holding that small door. Looks like the Redbirds are going to try and go for a different approach. Although, for the looks of things, Logan the Fry's looking for the right place to move to get in there and drop those, get those bombs dropped. And as I say that, there goes the mines. Not going to find anybody, unfortunately, but they are going to knock off some damage. We take a glance up top there. We can see Echo's Bleach getting that damage boost from Skelly. Looks like they're going to try and use that as the team moves in, get a little bit of high noon. 2 ultimates coming in there. 3 ultimates, and that's going to be a quad kill from Echo's Bleach, and that's just going to completely backfire those Redbird ultimates there. That was almost, that's another team wipe for the Redbirds there. And with 90% already captured for Concordia, Redbird's gonna have to start making some moves if they want to get something done here. And from the looks of things, not gonna be enough. They just weren't able to make it onto the point in time, and that's gonna be a straight 2-0 wipe for Concordia, Nebraska, just picking off the Redbirds both times here. We'll take a quick glance at the play of the game. Looks like it's going to be Echo's Bleach. I'm going to guess it was that Deadeye there in that 2nd round here. Yes. Just a beautiful counter to not 1, but 2 almost 3 ultimates there. Yep, finding the Junkrat as well just to cancel that Riptire. And then 1 more nice little kill just to hammer it home, so to speak. And we'll take a quick intermission here and get ready for our 2nd round, the hybrid round. We'll be back right after this.
Excellent.
Playing me the whole time, telling all your lies to both sides. You were playing me the whole time. No one there to break my my fault, blink of an eye, and now you're not mine. All I had was love for ya, yeah, yeah. All I had was love for ya, yeah, yeah. Was that just enough to get you through? Breaking my heart, I was a fool for you. All I had was love for ya, yeah, yeah.
Welcome to Blizzard World. Initiating match.
All right, folks, and welcome back to round number 2. This is going to be the hybrid round here at Blizzard World, where the teams will first be capturing the point and then escorting that payload all the way to the end. As our two teams get themselves ready here. Unfortunately, no swaps on the colors, but we'll take a quick look at our team compositions. For the Redbirds, coming in on this first round here, we're going to have Spirit as Orisa, Core once again as Sigma, Ghostly coming in as Hanzo, Horus as the Torbjorn, Fawny Bear as the lovely Brigitte, and Pasta once again as Baptiste. On the Concordia side, they are going to be attacking for this first round. We're going to have Logan the Fry once again as Zarya, Got Jams once again as Reinhardt, Echoes Bleach again as McCree, Reactions coming in as well on Hanzo, Papa Bear once again on Ana, and Skelly Wolf one more time as Mercy. And our two teams get themselves ready here. And here we go with the game.
Defend objective A.
Take a quick glance here as Concordia starts moving themselves up into this first stage. We'll notice that the Redbirds are taking a little bit of a farther back hold. They're not going to necessarily be moving up quite as much here. That'll give them a little bit more of an easy ability to move up and take that high ground. Echoes Bleach going to pick off that Torb turret there, just kind of hunkered in the back. And a little bit of a sniper duel going on here between those two Hanzos in the back. Not a lot of lines of sight, though, for the Redbirds, though, especially with that natural cover from that objective there. So it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of first picks going off here. Reaction's flanking around over there on the left side, going to try and get some off angles there. But not really finding too much, and it doesn't look like either team's really finding a lot here. It's kind of hunkering down and waiting for something to happen. And as I say that, first pick of the game is going to go to the Redbirds. They're going to find Reactions there off on that off angle and pick them off. Ghostly finds the second pick, managing to get off Echo's Bleach. Skelly Wolf comes in with the res, and Logan the Fry's going to take advantage of that, move in, pick off Ghostly. And that's going to be enough of the boost they need to start moving in there. Logan the Fry and Goddamn's moving in there. And already a quick ultimate dropped in there. And that's going to find nobody, unfortunately. However, Logan the Fry seemingly gets picked around behind. But that does seem to do a little bit to get them pushed back off the payload and gives Concordia the chance to start capturing that. It's a lot of battling going on there. And we can see those dragons coming out. Goddamn's almost getting picked out there. Getting a little bit separated there and does manage to get found out from the rest of the teams. But unfortunately, the Redbirds have a pretty decent hold on it and are able to keep Concordia from getting a full capture on that. And Pop Bear gonna suicide there off the back just so he can regroup and rejoin his team. So take a quick glance here at the ultimates. We can see that the Redbirds have 3 to their name right now, and Concordia almost pretty close to having 3 as well. We saw Logan the Fry use this pretty early on, and from the looks of things, is already getting pretty close to getting a second one. Logan the Fry does a fantastic job of getting those ultimates and getting them quickly. And Reaction is finding a quick pick there off of Horus. And that turret takes a little while to go, but they're still gonna go. Fawny Bear finding a pick off on Logan the Fry. Skelly Wolf, of course, gonna come in and get that res. The window coming out as well. And Ghostly gonna take advantage of that and pick off Echo's Bleach as well. Window coming out from the Baptiste. They're not gonna do too much though. And another ultimate there coming out. The grab, or not the grab. Sigma grab, I should say. Reactions finds Fawny Bear in the back there. Still not a lot going on there. Got Jams taking out the shield from the Reinhardt. And another dragon coming out. Just under 60 seconds left to go. And we're going to see some more ultimates coming in there. Molten Core coming in. Graph Dragon combo's going to come in there. That's going to find 2, 3, sort of. A lot of damage coming in there. And the Molten Core as well finding some. But there's still some hiding around in the back there. Ghostly and Pasta going to get picked off there. Both the supports. And they're going to be the last 2 to go, stalling it down to just under 30 seconds. So that's going to give Concordia, though, a chance to capture it with 2 minutes and 53 left on the clock. Concordia's going to need all the time they can take advantage of here, especially now that they're moving to this escort. The further along they can get it, especially with the more time they have on the clock at the end of this match, the better off they'll have when it comes to the defensive side. Already we can see those tanks from the Redbirds taking a high ground advantage, using that to their benefit just to have a little bit better of an off angle. And if we take a quick glance here, very well grouped up there. Not a lot of ults for the Concordia side, but Redbird once again having 2 there. Both the, almost 3 in fact, with that rally from the Brigitte as well. We take a quick glance there. Echo's Bleach having swapped off now to the Junkrat, trying to use that to get a little bit of those off angles. Got Jam's going to find a pickoff on Fawny Bear, and that's actually going to be a nice benefit to them. Unfortunately, though, with the positioning of the Redbirds, there's not really a good place for Concordia to go to keep that payload moving, especially since it's incredibly easy for the Redbirds to just drop down on top. And as I say that, there's one drop down now, and they're going to start that contest. It's going to be a all-out brawl underneath there. Some ultimates coming out there. We're going to see the damage burst boost coming in there. A grab from behind is going to find Spirit, and that's going to deal a lot of damage as well. And with 1 minute and 20-ish on the clock, that's going to be that second point captured for Concordia, giving them a little bit of extra time on the clock. You can see some of the Redbirds trying to retreat back, get regrouped with the rest of the team. A lot of ultimates on the Redbird side. We'll see which ones get dropped out in this next team fight here. But some getting formed up as well. Both of the tanks for the Concordia side have theirs fully ready. Echo's Bleach getting relatively close to getting his, but a couple of good shots here and there will do that. And there's going to be ultimate number 1 for the Redbirds. Spirit's going to find Got Jams with the help of that window. And now for Concordia, they're just going to sneak around, keep out of sight of that window, let it drop, and back up a little bit. Redbird's going to start moving up, start contesting that point there. Concordia they know they don't have a lot of ultimates to their name right now, and they're going to need to do something with that. And a huge ultimate combo there. We're going to see 1, 2, 3 found out there, picked off by the combination there. Got Jams getting split off. That's going to be a 4th picked out by the Redbirds, and that's going to force Concordia to have to back up and do a full-on reset. Which that might be the biggest detriment for Concordia going into this next team fight. There's a lot, well, Concordia does have a lot of ultimates to their name right now. Redbirds have a very nice hold on where that payload is. Concordia is going to start moving up there, getting themselves regrouped once again. We got 4, almost 5 ultimates here for the Concordia side. Quick pause to pick off that turret there. And we're going to start seeing Concordia moving in there. Another dragon coming out. That's going to be from the Redbird side. That's going to find 2. Both Got Jams and Echo's Bleach getting picked off there. Logan the Fry manages to find Ghostly in the back, but 60 seconds left on the clock and not a lot of time for Concordia to push. Skelly Wolf going to get a nice little rock to the face there. And Horus manages to do the rest of the damage and pick her off. Shatter coming out from the Reinhardt. That's going to find 1. That's going to find almost 2, but unfortunately Ghostly does a good job of getting that pick off there. Zarya ultimate coming, or the Ana ultimate coming out next, so that's going to find number 2. And Logan the Fry is going to find 3 with that. 30 seconds left on the clock. It is all down to that push. Will Concordia be able to get the push the rest of the way? Junkrat Tire coming around from behind. That's going to find 1. And a nice little grab dragon there to try and find off the rest. But unfortunately, just long enough for Fani to stay up there with the Brigitte and stay alive. It's going to go into overtime. We're seeing a ball come out from the Redbirds just to keep things going along as possible. Horus coming out with that molten cords. Doesn't quite do enough, though. It's a very close brawl, just down to that one there. And with overtime left on the clock, that is going to be a 3-0 for Concordia. A lot of ultimates coming out in that last team fight, and a lot of them getting formed just as quickly from both sides as well. The big thing that we saw, especially in that first round, as Concordia was trying to take the point, there was a lot of stalling out, especially in that first point when we saw Concordia up on that high ground with the Redbirds just chilling out, hiding on the point, using that natural cover to their advantage, waiting for Concordia to make the first move. And when they did make their first move, it wasn't necessarily enough to actually get any picks off. And as a result, while Concordia was able to get some capture percentage on there, it wasn't a full tick, and the fight ultimately went to the Redbirds. So now with the roles switched up and Concordia on the defense, we'll have to find out how these teams are going to play things differently. And already, if we take a quick look at the team comp for the Redbirds, it's going to be a pretty different matchup, especially on this offense. We can see Spirit coming out once again with that Winston, Core again with the Diva, Ghostly coming in as Sombra, Horus coming out with the Echo. I don't think we've... Oh, as I say that, Ghostly's going to switch back over to Tracer. Haven't seen either of those two characters played by the Redbird side tonight, so it will be interesting to see what those play-ups look like. Fonny Bear once again coming in as that Brigitte, and Pasta now coming out with the Ana. On the Concordia side, nothing too new here. We've seen Echo's Bleach as the Junkrat before. We've definitely seen Logan the Fry as the as Azaria. Definitely seen Got Jams as the Reinhardt, and Reactions as the Farah. First pick of the match going to go to Echo's, or of the round going to go to Echo's Bleach, picking up Pasta. Not even sure where that happened. Must have been a junk trap mine combo thing, the classic. A little bit of a different hold this time here. Concordia using that high ground to their advantage, taking some pot shots with the Junkrat bombs and with those Farah rockets, and that's going to be incredibly huge for Concordia, kind of just pushing the Redbirds back. And as I say that, Echo's Bleach is going to use that to his advantage and pick off Spirit there. Not a lot really happening there. We can take a quick glance at the other side. If you take a look over here on the right side, we can see that Tracer though. And that's not going to do anything, unfortunately. Just a little bit of damage dealt, but nothing really happens there. Redbirds look a little bit disorganized right now. Not sure whether to go up or to go around through that small room there. We saw that Tracer trying to make some attempts with the flank, but didn't really seem to work. And in the meantime, all that's doing, all this hesitation is just offering free ultimate charge for Concordia. As the Redbirds start moving in here, they're going to move down and to the right there, try to avoid as much of that fire as possible. And already, we're going to see almost a full ultimate there ready from Reactions. Spirit starting to move in now, gets a nice little sleep on the back line there. And Horus and Spirit are going to try and move and start pushing people off that back. First ultimate coming out there for the round from the Redbirds. So that's going to be a nano on Spirit. And already, Redbird's just moving right in on that point there. A little bit of contesting going on there just to keep things going. Pasta finds a pick off on Echo's Bleach. A quick push off with that Rocket Barrage to help stall things out. Does find Fauna Bear, but not quite enough. And already, that capture going a lot better for the Redbirds than it was for Concordia. Already, almost over 2 ticks captured. Logan the Fry going to try and do as much damage as possible there. Does find a tank. Does find someone else. And from the looks of things, Monkey was diving around in the back line there. And doesn't look like that's going to be quite enough. But already, huge capture progress there for the Redbirds with this first team fight. And with a minute and 15 seconds left to go on the clock, we'll see if they can keep that going for this last fight. Take a quick glance here at the ultimate counters. A lot of ultimates got used in the last fight. 2, almost 3 there for the Redbirds, and 1 for Concordia. And 60 seconds left on the clock. A quick fine click off there on Spirit. Reactions now having swapped over to Soldier 76. Just a little bit of extra sniping there. And now it's up to the Redbirds to start moving in and get a capture on that point. They don't have a lot of time left to go. Already, we're down to under almost 30 seconds left. Another pick there from Reactions. Concordia just making it nearly impossible for the Redbirds to move in through that choke point. 30 seconds left on the clock there. Now it's up to the Redbirds to start moving in. Reactions ultimate already fully formed there. Redbirds moving in, starting to take that high ground, but they're going to need to start touching that point and touching it soon. They got 15 seconds left to go. They're starting to move around there, all grouped up and going in.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Ultimate coming in there from Reinhardt. We're gonna see 2 get found there. Somebody needs to tap soon though for the Redbirds, and they're on it. It's gonna go into overtime, but it's just 1 left on there. The monkey's gonna jump off point. That might have been a fatal mistake for him, but that's gonna be game 2 for Concordia. We'll take a quick pause to glance at the play of the game here, as our 2 teams give themselves some congratulatory good matches in the chat. And it's actually going to go to Core here as Sigma. Let's take a sec to see what this is here. It's actually going to be that huge grab that we saw at the end of the first round there. That 2 there combined with that Molten Core just to finish off everybody else. Pretty good team wipe there. We'll take a quick intermission, and then we'll be back with round number 3 right after this.
Epic.
Love me, cause I don't think I love me anymore. Maybe I think too much, so I drink to rush all my demons out the door. Tell me that it's all inside my head. Call it OCD, tell me it's you, not me, cause it's driving me mad. I don't think I'm losing my mind. Building all these walls over time. Every time I lose my way, I find you. I know that when fears start to hit me, know that you're the one to lift me. I find you. Yeah, I find you. Myself and pride, my insecurities haunting my memories, cause I'm holding them inside. Let go, put my thoughts back into words. Feels like I let me down, ain't got no golden crown, I'm just trying to be right. I don't think I'm losing my mind. Building all these walls over time. Every time I lose my way, I find you. I know that when fears start to hit me, know that you're the one to lift me. I find you. Yeah, I find you.
Alright folks, and welcome back to this third and possibly final match of the night here at the Escort of Watchpoint Gibraltar. As our two teams get themselves ready for the third and possibly last game in tonight's match, we'll take a quick look at our two team compositions here.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
On the Concordia, Nebraska side, the attackers for our first round, we've got Logan the Fry coming in as the Wrecking Ball, Got Jams as Orisa, Echoes Bleach as McCree, Reactions as Reaper, Mr. Papa Bear once again as Anna, and Skelly Wolf as Mercy. On the Redbird side, we got Spirit as Winston, Core as Zarya, Ghostly as Tracer, Horus as Echoes, Fawny Bear as Brigitte, and Pasta as Anna. Concordia gets themselves out onto that payload there. We're going to see Logan the Fry roll around, start doing some damage in the back. Fortunately for him, not a lot of damage to be found because Redbird's hiding way up top there. Unfortunately for the Redbirds, though, it's not really going to do a whole lot, and Logan the Fry is going to find some first damage. And Reaction's going to sneak around there, add a little bit of extra damage, and the first pick of the round is going to go to Concordia as a result. And the second pick as well, picking off both Pasta and Horus. We'll take a quick glance down on the pink point there. Ghostly trying to stall it out a little bit, but Echoes Bleach does find him and picks him off pretty quickly. And that's going to be a quick contest there. Logan the Fry moving out to deal a little bit of extra damage there. Looks like Concordia might have accidentally left the payload behind. Oh, never mind. Papa Bear's back there on it. Dropping down. Another pick there by Reactions on Ghostly. And Reactions finding another one on Horus once again. And already Logan the Fry's got that ultimate fully formed and out. And Reactions almost got his fully formed as well. And that's going to be a pretty much uncontested first checkpoint there. With over 5 minutes left on the clock to go. Horus finds the first pick for the Redbirds so far in this match on Logan the Fry, but Skelly Wolf is right there to res him back up into full health. Ghostly trying to do a little bit of extra stalling out, zapping around the point, but unfortunately a quick little stun from a McCree is more than enough to stop that Tracer in her tracks. As that payload move around there, we're going to see Reactions coming out with the Death Blossom. That's going to find one. Echoes Bleach finds a second and a third, taking out both of the supports for the Redbirds. Monkey sticking around there in the back does manage to pick off Papa Bear, but unfortunately doesn't quite do enough, as another quick res is there to solve it, stop it from ever doing too much damage. Logan the Fry coming out there, just dealing some massive damage in the back there. First ultimate coming out from the Redbird side. That's going to be a nano on that Winston, and that's going to help find one. Almost gets picked off, but an ultimate from the Winston himself is going to do enough there. Echoes Bleach finding Ghostly again, just continuing to pick off that Tracer. Horus does find a pick off on Reactions, getting a little bit of revenge for all the times that Reactions has picked off that Echo. But unfortunately, a Mercy with a res does a little bit more to stop that in its tracks. And in the confusion there, it looks like Concordia was able to completely C9 the team there and just get that pushed onto the second point there. That's going to be a huge challenge for the Redbirds, because now not only are they behind the point, but Concordia's got a closer spawn to this point than they do. We'll see that already. That payload is outside of that area and just continuing to move through. That's just not good for the Redbirds there. That huge split off between the payload and them, especially now that it's getting into that final objective with so much time left on the clock for Concordia, that is something that the Redbirds definitely needed to have been keeping an eye on. We're going to see here Spirit switching now from a Winston to a Reinhardt. Grab going to come out there, as well as a nice little Deadeye there. That finds two. Ghostly does manage to find someone with that tracer bomb, but not before Papa Bear was able to find them.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
It's getting to that final little stretch there. Another set of bombs coming out from Logan the Fry there. Those are going to get cleared out pretty quickly with the shields. And this is starting to turn around slightly. A little bit of time, a decent chunk of time left on the clock for Concordia. 3 minutes left to go. And it looks like Redbirds are going to finally... Oh, quick pause here as we seem to have had a disconnect on the server there.
Arriving at watch point.
We'll see who all got lost there. Looks like it was just on our end, so now that we're back at... Oh, looks like it was on everybody's end there for our side. But now that we're all back in on it, everything seems to be looking all right so far here. You can see reactions kind of sneaking around in the back. Gonna try and get some flanks, some sneaky little picks from the back line there. As the Concordia team gets themselves regrouped for another fight.
Oh, you look tired.
A huge shatter coming out from back there. Echo's Bleach finds a pick off on Pasta. Pasta having switched now over to the Baptiste. Try and get a little bit of extra healing in there for their team. Reactions finds Spirit. Papa Bear finds that mech. And Horace gets picked off as well. Look at the Fry, who gets another 2 with that. Jeez Louise, that's almost a full team wipe right there. And 2 minutes and a few seconds left to go. A quick pick off on the Baptiste there. Another one to go there. The Redbird just falling one after another. We got a Lucio coming on the point. That Tracer as well. The Tracer bomb doesn't quite find anything. And with 1 minute and 58 seconds left on the clock, that is 3-0 for Concordia. Just a massive amount of damage and just one pick after the next for the for Concordia. Just finding those consistently throughout the game. And honestly, that second point might have been the one where Concordia could really see that there was a nice victory lined up for them. Getting to the point where Redbird was between Concordia and the payload. The only problem was they didn't realize that not all of Concordia was in front of them. And Concordia was able to secretly sneak that payload behind their backs and under their noses to that objective point and get another tick off. As Concordia gets themselves ready now for the defensive side here. We'll take a quick glance and see not a lot of switches coming in from Concordia once again. They're sticking with that same comp. Logan the Fry once again as that wrecking ball gets some of those flanks. And from the looks of things, it'll be the same setup for the offensive side for the Redbirds. No real changes or swaps here. So we'll see how these two teams play slightly differently now that their roles are switched. Concordia gonna find a slightly different spot to hold here. So you got Jams over there swinging her hammer around.
3, 2, 1.
And with that, the game begins. This might be the last round of the night. We'll see. As we take a quick glance around here. Oh, I didn't notice this. Ghostly seems to have swapped over to a Symmetra. I missed that in the confusion there. Already, Logan the Fry just chilling down there on point, stalling that thing out as much as possible. Just to get that clock ticked down just a little bit there. And another contest coming out there. A lot of the Redbirds there just chilling on that high ground there with just a couple they're staying on the payload. And as some of the Concordia members start dropping down to fight on that payload there, Echo's Bleach gonna find the first pick of the round, picking off Spirit. Nice sleep coming out there. Doesn't quite manage to last for too long though. Take a quick glance here at Logan the Fry. Sneaking around, trying to do a little bit of damage. Reactions, getting another pick there off of Horus. And Logan the Fry is gonna find himself between a rock and a mech place, but with a little bit of help from Reactions, might be able to mitigate some of that damage and stay out of trouble for the time being. And already, nobody really on that payload. That payload's actually starting to back up once again. Ghostly now switching back over to the Tracer. We saw from before. Logan the Fry still on that point. Already having dropped a set of nades, I believe, there. And a couple more ultimates going to come out there. Skelly Wolf going to drop that Valk. And Papa Bear going to drop the nade. And Reaction's going to drop a huge Death Blossom. And that's going to get 3, maybe even 4 there, as well as help to finish off Core. And that's going to force the Redbirds to have to back up and reset. And from the looks of things, that's going to cost them a couple of ults there. We see Core switching from the Diva over to a Sigma. Tracer Bomb coming out from Ghostly, doesn't quite find anybody. Pasta as well, having swapped over from Ana to Baptiste, and that's also going to cost them an ultimate as well. That's going to put them at a disadvantage now coming into this next fight. But it doesn't look like it's too much of a deal. Horus finds 2 there. Godjams is able to find 1. And Echo's Bleach is able to find Horus after that. But still, just not a lot going on here in terms of objective there. Reactions there seeming to have moved into the wrong place at the wrong time. Godjams gonna find 1 and 2. I believe B3, not quite. Gonna back out there. But still, just over a minute left on the clock. And unlike Concordia, the Redbirds are just having an awful time getting that payload moving. They're trying very aggressively to get some picks, but it's not quite working out for them. As we take a look at those ultimate counters there, Concordia definitely still has that advantage. Echo's Bleach gonna try and back out as much as possible, but Horus is on him like a hawk and just picks him off there. Echo's Mirror's gonna come out there. Another Wrecking Ball enters the field as a result. Doesn't quite seem to do a lot of damage, and with 30 seconds left on the clock, someone actually moves on to the clock. Some bombs coming out there. Don't quite do much damage, but Horus does find Echo's Bleach once again. Spirit finding reactions as well. Logan the Fry and Skelly Wolf in the back trying to do as much damage as possible. A Valk coming out from Skelly just to add a little bit of extra mobility and give their team a little bit of extra support. And some mines coming out as well to try and help things out. A dragon now as well there from Ghostly. And it's now overtime with still no capture for, or no first point for teams. But just a lot of ultimates coming out there. A huge Deadeye coming in the back there from Echo's Bleach. That's going to find 3 and a 4th there with Ghastly. Now it's just up to Splits to stay on that payload for or Spirit to stay on that payload for as long as possible. Unfortunately, not quite gonna last, and that's gonna be a 3-0. And the last game of the night goes to Concordia. Let's take a pause here to take a look at the play of the game. As the GGs go into the chat. Another, I'm gonna guess it's that Deadeye once again from Echo's Bleach there. We'll see here, yep. Just a nice little hide from behind. And 1, 2, and 3. And then a nice little stun to help finish it off. Does just the trick to get that win for Concordia, Nebraska. And as the appreciations go up, we thank you so much for joining us. And join us next week when Concordia, Nebraska takes on another team in the wonderful game of Overwatch. Good night.